Hey, what's up everyone? Rob Brendan here, talking to you about everything to do with achieving your potential and how you can clear away things that are affecting your internal computer. As you know, I work with people like a computer. So we have our hardware, which is our physical body. We have our software, so the programs that are running on our mind, and we have Dropbox, so sort of more of a spiritual thing with other people are affecting us, and that is happening all day, every day, and also picking up on our parents, grandparents, and ancestral programs that are coming in. So things outside of us. I like to call that Dropbox, things outside of us. So you know, the reason why I got into this field was because I wanted to reach my potential, and had so many things seem to be limiting me, and so through I don't know how many years it is now, 25 years of working on myself. I've kind of condensed it down into we are computers, and you can resolve things instantly, just like you can delete things off your computer instantly. So and it's really the most powerful thing out there, and that's why I'm going to be talking more and more about it, is because I can resolve things on the spot for myself, and I'm so thankful for that, and I can do that for other people. And this takes me on to my first topic, cryptocurrencies. I'm like big into it. I find it's a real fascinating field. The technology that's coming and the decentralized nature of where things are going, becoming decentralized, moving away from centralized government, is fascinating in terms of Bitcoin, the store of value, and all the other tech that's coming that's going to make the world a better place. Banking the unbanked and things like that. So it's my hobby. So when I'm not working with clients, I'm not being a father, then whenever I can, I'm studying that area. The reason why I think it kind of lends itself to my work is I think that we need to move away from centralized models of health, and it's your doctor that knows what's best for you. I'm not against medical, but we have all the answers within us. We need to move away from like centralized religious models, and really we are our own churches. We have all the answers within us. We have this internal tech. It's decentralized. No one's a guru. Everyone's the same. So in that respect, it's very like decentralized, and also the way that everything's interconnected, and the way tech is becoming is we're connecting more and more with people. But in fact, we're already interconnected, and I think that's why I love crypto and blockchain technology so much. The reason why I started talking about crypto and blockchain is because the psychology of it is very interesting. So when you're investing, if you have emotions around it, like oh my god, this is gonna make me so much money, you need to be more neutral. It's just numbers on a screen when you're investing, and so you want it to do well. So what you want to be doing is, let's say you're looking to invest, you've got 10 grand, and you're like, what if I lose it? Well, then you need to start writing down, how would I feel if I lost it? Well, I'd be devastated. Well, if that's a 10 out of 10 devastation, you're going to attract that situation. So, if you're putting 10 grand into it, you need to be able to lose it. There needs to be no emotions attached to it. So before you invest it, you need to work on the devastation until you're completely neutral, and then you invest. The same goes, I was working with a client recently who's working on an ICO, so he's in the crypto field, and he was excited about the project. Now, there was a little bit too much excitement. So again, we need to be looking at, well, what happens if you get the investment for it? He was like, oh my god. I'm like, did it? So then we worked on the excitement and also cleared that down, so he was more neutral, so that when he went in with investors, he was just rational, CEO brain, no emotions. So when it comes to, if you're interested in crypto and you're investing and you have emotions around it, you want to look for why there are emotions. You want to look for the story that's creating the emotions, whether it's I don't want to be poor, oh my god, I don't want to be left behind, the FOMO, or wow, well, when I'm a billionaire or millionaire, I'm going to be happy. You need to look at those stories and look for the lopsided perception into it, collapse that lopsided perception, or become neutral, whatever terminology you want to use. And so I kind of brought crypto into it. I'm going to be talking about that a lot. It's really exciting field. It also brings me on to what I said was, if you're excited and emotional, then you need to set aside time to look at that. Now, that goes for everyone. You need to set aside, I believe, I do, time every day to look at, Dr. Quiet, as Paul Chek would say, or have time alone where you're quiet, where there's silence, and connect with yourself and go, okay, how am I feeling? And so you could, let's say you go, oh, I feel really nervous, or I feel lopsided in my body, or I'm angry about something, I'm worried, I'm fearful. Now, when you meditate, you take time to connect with yourself, but with meditation, you don't connect to the thoughts, you just let them go like balloons. And you get distance from that. Now, for me, that needs to be disrupted, that needs upgrading. Meditation is from 2,000 years ago. What we need to do is, when you have a thought, you need to look for where the underlying energy weakness is. It will guide you, and you can find out where the truth is, what story underneath that is really the truth. That's a little bit complicated. So let's say you have the thought that I'm no good at this, and that makes you sad. Well, the moment you go, I'm no good at this, if that code was correct, that was the weakness, that would resolve itself instantly. So that's not the truth, and it's making you sad. So it could be coming from your dad, or it could be coming from your mom, or it could be coming from Dropbox, but it's not that. And if you keep telling yourself that, it's just going to get worse and worse and multiply. So when you meditate, or you spend time being silent with yourself, it's important that you can resolve the things that you're experiencing, not just let them go by like balloons. Okay. And there's a good article on silence, and I'll put the link in below, in a Medium article. It's not by Medium, Medium, the website. Really good article on silence. Very well written about how we're becoming less and less able to be silent, and so I think it's 170 times a day the average person checks their mobile phone. So the mobile phone and software, and the article talks about, is training us to, I think it's the article, well, I've read another article, it's training us, we're being trained to check the phone. So it's hacking us and manipulating us, and that's getting worse and worse, and most people can't be silent. So, and that brings up the story. I have another client who is an addict and hit rock bottom recently, and I worked with him in that first week, and it's very difficult seeing a grown man like bawling his eyes out, and we had to look at what was making him so in pain, and we cleared all those programs. He's doing much better now, and he actually went away to like a retreat, and he had to be they took him in a car, this guy, to chop wood, and he was left on his own for like 6 hours, and he hadn't been on his own before, so he had to just chop wood, and there was no one there, just had some water, and he said it was one of the hardest things he's ever had to do, is just be on his own. And I love being on my own, but maybe that comes from 25 years of working on that. So it's good every day to visit Dr. Quiet, as Paul Chek would say. It's really important for us to check in on ourselves and find out where we are. But just being quiet, it's good. But what's even better is to when something comes up is to be able to instantly resolve it. Like something on a computer, you have a pop-up, you delete it. You have a window come open, you can delete it, and that's what we're able to do. So you know, in the near future, I'm gonna have my method online for free, maybe on the blockchain, and it's just decentralized. Everyone can connect to it and use it, because we need it. Yeah, so, and the last story I wanted to talk about was intuition. It's a real funny one. When I talk about intuition, I'm talking about picking up on information that's not really there. Now, sometimes there is information there. So, for instance, the other day I was at the beach with Sylvia and Lima, and she was showering, you know, in the public shower area, and there was, you know, people hovering around and drying, and there were some old people there, and there was this one guy who's paying too much attention to Lima, and you know, I picked it up immediately. Everyone else, like, you know, you see a kid, you smile, and then if one person's, so my perception picked up is over connection to Lima, and then I got like a weird feeling, like there was more, I was picking up on more than he was giving me, and I was like, oh, come on. Part of me was like, come on, Rob, don't be so pessimistic or negative. He's just an old guy, you know, maybe he's got grandchildren, but then that weird feeling was too strong, and I moved, you know, when he moved to like poke her, like prod her belly, I moved, and he picked up on it. I was like, I was that close saying, don't touch her again. It was that strong a feeling. But I was like, and I was going to be okay with saying that. So it wasn't a major incident, but I walked away, and like 20 meters down from the beach, I turned to Sylvia and I said, am I right? Like, I didn't like that old guy. There was something wrong there. And she said, yeah, I didn't like it either. And there was something. And so she's not as perceptive as me. She's pretty perceptive, and especially as a mother. But she picked up on it. So we both picked up that there was something wrong with the guy. Now, we have our biases. So we always have to question the way we look at the world, because it's not the truth. But when we have a really strong feeling about something, you have, you know, and then it gets, you know, someone tells you, actually, I had the same thing. It sort of reinforces it and makes you realize that we are picking up on stuff that's not readily available. You know, and I've talked about stories about that before, but what I suppose what I'm saying is, for me right now, my intuition, you know, I pick up on stuff with my clients, it's not there, and then my clients say, how the hell did you know that? Or, you don't know my parents, or da-da. So that comes from years and years. But there's other areas of my life where, you know, like in investment, let's say, and I'm like, oh, I think that's a good, you know, I feel that that's a good stock option. But, you know, do I trust my intuition in investment? I have no experience, and you can't, it needs a bit more of a structured model. So I'm kind of playing around with intuition and like my bias for wanting something to do well. So it's kind of, I know that's an ongoing skill set that I'm working on. But when it comes to people and knowing if someone's not quite right, my intuition's really strong on that. But saying that, I mean, like, people can take advantage of me. I have a tendency to think the best of people. That's not all. I found that out in the last 3 years. That's really, a couple of times it's been really burnt me. I've thought the best of someone and they've ended up really burning me, and that's taught me to not do that. So, you know, we learn, right? And but we don't want that to send us to the other way and be like, you know, become really negative. So again, it's that constant balance in life. So I'm gonna stop talking there. I'll put the link down below for the Medium article, which I think is really good. Hit the like button if you like this. I'd really appreciate that, and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to start doing these kind of podcast vids on everything from getting rid of your negative beliefs, how to improve your intuition, how to, you know, improve your physical body, improve your posture, body language, and looking at anything to improve, and to maximize your potential. So have a great day, guys. I have a client in 10 minutes, so I better shoot, and talk to you soon.